are going live on YouTube for episode 97 of the On the Hunt podcast. My name is Elijah Winfrey. Joining me tonight are my brothers. We got Bobby Bless, the number one Lions fan you know, our resident defensive coordinator, Nate Rucker, and we have a new cast member, Wise Man Cass, who's going to be joining us for hopefully the foreseeable future, for the rest of the future. You know, who knows? But this is episode 97, and we, of course, want to welcome Wise Man Cass into the group. And to introduce him, I think it's only fair to have Nate Rucker introduce him because Nate is the one that brought Cass to our attention. So, Nate, I'm going to have you take it away so I can start sharing this everywhere, okay?
All right, I got you. I got you. First of all, don't worry about the background. I know
Hell no.
I know I got a Snickers by my ear, so it's all.
Snickers
So
is
we gonna
nasty work, my boy.
Hey, so listen, man. No, but yeah, we gonna discredit the almond joy behind my head. You know, we just gonna keep it P. Nah, but man, I want to everybody, man. This is a guy that I've known since he was a young fella. He's a big fella now. Like literally, he was a young fella.
Yes,
Coming
sir.
around the corner trying to dribble the basketball. Listen, I done seen this man grow and ascend to new heights. His beard is older than me. I don't know how that's possible, but somehow it is. And anyway, man, like I say, man, if y'all don't know, man, this is my man Cass, and I had to bring him along, man. Guy, very knowledgeable, very, very knowledgeable football guy like me, a guy who's played at many levels, you know. So, hey, you know, it's gonna be good, man.
Yes,
This
sir.
might be like when the Pistons brung Rasheed Wallace in '04. You know, this might be that one. But Cass, man, go ahead, man. Introduce yourself, dog. Give him
Well,
a little
first off,
background.
man, I am very happy to be here. My name is Wise Man Cass. I go by Wise Man Cass, man. I have some podcasts I do with Dynasty Sports Network on YouTube or what have you. Everything King. Shout out to the guys, man. Shout out to our boy Culture from Culture Detroit. And shout out to my boy Randy, man. But yeah, man, I got a lot of football experience, man. Played high school, did a lot of semi-pro ball, man. Coached everywhere. And I just love my Lions, man. I love to talk football, man. And unlike what Saint said, I know ball, no Diddy.
No Diddy.
I
But
know ball.
but I do agree with him. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah, a little bit. But I definitely
Listen,
appreciate y'all, man,
people.
But I definitely appreciate y'all, man, for having me on the show and accepting me into the brotherhood, man. So I'm here to stay. I ain't going nowhere.
That's what I'm talking. Hey, man, listen, we've been a brotherhood before. It was a brotherhood.
Yeah, man, we go way back, man. I've been knowing Nate 30 years, man. So it's a long time.
Don't
We
say
literally
it
grew up
like
together.
that.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
again,
but-
welcome to Wise Man Cast once again, and I've just shared the link everywhere that I know to share it. So I'm just letting everybody here on the episode know that the link is where it needs to be for everyone to grab it. But tonight we're gonna have probably a plethora of topics to try to get to in roughly about an hour's time. So we're gonna see how much we can get to, and I'm gonna be straight with everybody, okay? There's probably going to be a lot of convincing that has to be done for me and Bobby Bless. And I know that that's a little weird to say because normally I am Captain Positivity. But I'm at a point with this season where I'm kind of looking at it and I'm like, I'll tell you how I explained it to my Denver Broncos buddy, Don Despa, who's also a part of the studio team.
Hey, I seen his guitar. That motherfucker, nice.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
very nice. But
That
I was telling
guitar sweet.
Donnie asked me about, Elijah, how do you feel about your Lions? I said they were just good enough to piss me off. They were a team that would beat somebody by 2 touchdowns and then lose the next week by 7 points. And it was just a very frustrating season. But I did have to take a step back at the end of the year and realize something. I've been a Lions fan since 2007. That's obviously shorter than everybody else on this episode.
Everybody, man, I'm about to say.
But I came in when Calvin Johnson came in, and I have never seen 4 straight winning seasons. Never seen it. Okay. But prior to Dan Campbell, I hadn't seen a division title win. I hadn't seen a big, deep playoff run either. And so when I think about it like that, 9-8 is something that just a few years ago we would have been over the moon about. But now we have experienced the highs of 15-2, the highs of going to an NFC championship game, being a half away from the Super Bowl. And so now 9-8 kind of feels a little bit empty. But I also look at this whole situation, and I know we're going to get into all these different topics here, but I also look at this situation and I see a lot of people blaming Jared Goff. And what I point to as the biggest problem is the fact that we had not a bad, but we had a young offensive line. We were young in some serious positions on that offensive line. Basically, guard, center, guard, which is the most important, piece of the puzzle because they're coming right up the gut at you. That was all kind of new and not gelled together very well. And so I think that played a big role in why we went 9-8. I also think we had a lack of consistency on offense as far as who was calling the plays and what was our philosophies. Because about halfway through the season, we changed back into a high-flying circus, which got everybody involved. But at the beginning of the year, it was like, no, we're trying to be something different. And so, again, I think that this was just kind of a year of transition. And given all of that transition for us to finish 9-8, again, I'm not saying it's good enough, but it damn sure ain't what it used to be. Because used to be transitions were what, 3-13? So let me toss it over to Wise Man Cass. I know I just threw a whole bunch of stuff at you, but take what you want out of that and let's go somewhere with it.
All right, so I've been a Lions fan way longer than 07. I was actually around with the 93 team when we went to the NFC championship game, and we lost that. But it's a standard now. So 9-8 is just not good enough. And like I said, when you get spoiled and you reach the mountaintop damn near, it's hard to accept anything else. And my biggest issue with this season was consistency, right? We wasn't consistent nowhere. We'll have a good game, like you say. We'll have a good game, beat somebody by 14, and then we'll mess around and lose to a team we have no business losing to. So the consistency wasn't there, and a lot of that was due to the offensive line and the offense just going stagnant at times and not doing anything. So it's time to hold Brad Holmes and Mr. Dan Campbell accountable, man, because all this, we have Davenport. I hated that so much, man. But all that, it's time out to try to find all these Captain Planet players, man. Like, find some dogs and get us over the hump. Like, that's my biggest issue. Consistency. Let's get this offensive line squared away. And like I say, 9-8 it's just not going to cut it, especially in our division, since we play in the hardest division in football.
Bobby Bless, I'll toss it over to you, my man, because I know you, just like me, I've got a lot of issues we're trying to work out. It's almost like, I don't have one near me, but it's almost like you need the yellow notepad, like, talk to me, big dog. What's the problem?
Hey,
Bobby, go ahead.
I think that's probably why I'm sitting on the couch tonight instead of on the desk, for real. I need support, for real. I don't even know what step I'm on. Maybe I'm just now admitting there's a problem kind of thing. But to me, it goes back to the arrogancy, entitlement, being spoiled. Like me, on the outside looking in, and I've been a fan ever since Wise Man said, because since 92 actually was the NFC Championship game. So I look for more different, not the same. But see, I think the arrogant part come in is not the fact that we got rid of Ben Johnson or got a coordinator. They never really test run that offense. I not playing in the preseason. You learning a new offense. You got all these new guys. I think you gotta see how it runs first before the season starts. That's just how I am with that. And as far as John Morton, I don't really know what's going on with that either, because I feel like they got so arrogant enough to think that last year somebody like John Morton was going to be able to take us over the top. Whether he was doing well or wrong, obviously the team is affected when Campbell calling the plays, because the little stuff like calling timeouts before halftime and all that stuff, we missing them because he over there trying to think of what's the next 4-5 plays he gonna run back to back. So, and I also feel that we looked over a lot of stuff because, like, I knew it was a wrap. We lost to fucking Bozeman. Who the fuck is that? Like, dude, that really broke my heart. So, a team that gets swept by Minnesota don't need to be at all, period. But when you 9-8, when you 9-8 and stuff, it comes down to one play here, one play there, and then it got me overanalyzing everything, even down to all them damn fourth downs we were known for going for. Is that even a good thing anymore? Like, and as far as with Brad Holmes, we was pissed at the draft. So I mean, like, dude, I don't want to go against the brother, but bro, I can't get no more tackles with the first round fucking pick. Like, dude, when is you gonna ever get a fucking edge rusher? Like, and then, like, go ahead.
No, but I was gonna say no, you know what? Let everybody get their point across first. My apologies. Go ahead and finish getting your point across, and then I can go back to you.
Yeah, but like, I don't even want to break it down like that. It's just that we know what we working with, man. There ain't no excuses. Like, we knew, like, Ragnar was contemplating retirement 2-3 years ago. We wasn't in front of that. Nah, and then we get guys that trying to fill in guys that's like 5-6 year professionals. It's gonna be a drop off. So between John Morton and all, again, all the injuries, I don't want to play that violin no more. You know what I mean? So I'm just disappointed all the way around, and I really so many holes in this team because we was fed the championship and don't even get the playoffs. It's just hard to be optimistic.
So let me hop in real quick here. I do want to toss it over to Nate. So I hope Nate's ready here in a minute, but I do want to talk about Brad Holmes in greater detail after Nate makes his point. But one thing that I do want to say that I said to Bobby off the air tonight, and I think a lot of Lions fans would feel where I'm coming from. For years we were told when it came to, free agent acquisitions, when it came to filling positions on our coaching staff, when it came to the flavor of soda sold at Ford Field, it was always, you have to accept what we can get because we're Detroit. We're not winning right now, so we just have to accept whatever comes our way. But once we become winners, well, then everybody's going to want to come here. And here's the problem, okay? For the last 3 seasons, everybody has wanted to come here. And yet, even when we've had the big old bag of money, we're still keeping it close to the chest. And what's crazy about that to me is the fact that Brad Holmes comes from the philosophy of F them picks, and yet hasn't deployed any of that type of, strategy here in Detroit. And one thing I've always said, I'm going to kind of give away what I was going to say about Brad Holmes right here, because I know Nate's going to agree with me. Me and Nate and Bobby and Reggie, for that matter, we all said the same thing. When you're a general manager in the NFL, you are judged on 3 things: your ability to acquire talent, your ability to attract talent, and your ability to retain talent. Not develop. That's not your job. Your job is to acquire, attract, and retain. Now, if you want to look at Brad Holmes' ability to acquire through the draft, he's done a pretty good job. If you want to look at his ability to retain, he's done a pretty good job. He's been on top of getting ahead of some of these bigger contracts like Amon-Ra, Aiden Hutchinson. I'm sure he's going to be on top of the Jahmyr Gibbs upcoming contract extension. And if he's not, that's an automatic get your ass up out of Detroit, because why the hell would you not want the best running back since Barry to be here for his entire career? But anyway, my point is, if you look at some of these things, he does a very, very good job. But when it comes to attract players to Detroit, it's like suddenly it all falls off the wheels because we know what we need to do. We just need to get good football players. And here's the problem, my friends. Good football players are what the NFL is full of. They wouldn't be in the NFL if they weren't good. They're all good. They're all professional athletes. You don't need good when you're going for a Super Bowl. You need great. You need game-changing players. And we had the money to do it this offseason. And instead, we watched the Packers, who are notorious for never doing anything in free agency, go out and get Micah Parsons right underneath us. And so that's where I think Brad Holmes' Achilles heel is at this point. It's not that the man is not competent. He's very competent. It's not that he can't draft. He can draft. You know, he's hit on a lot of things. But when it comes to free agency, it's a miss at this moment. And hopefully he takes it serious, and hopefully this was the wake-up call. But again, we'll see. We'll see come the draft. We'll see come free agency. I'm still a Brad Holmes fan. I'm still a Dan Campbell fan. But again, their whole thing of going out and getting the people that anybody else could get, I don't understand that, especially when we were sold a bag of goods that once we start winning, everybody wants to come to Detroit. Well, if everybody wanted to come to Detroit, then you cannot sell me on the fact that this is the best we could have done. Nate, over to you. I already know he's going to disagree when he does that.
Only I agree, but I also have to look at it from the opposite side, is that when we look at us not using these picks, right? And right now we have six? We've had 6 All-Pros. Pretty much every draft pick he's hit on the first, second, and third round has been to the Pro Bowl.
Not this draft.
I mean, well, true, but here's the point.
Not this draft.
There's a point to this now.
Okay.
Because number one is that I wanted y'all know, me and Bobby, I was big on using these picks to get these guys. And so this draft, you could have used it because none of these guys were ready really to contribute for real. So you could have used it to get a Montez Sweat. We could have went and got my man Jared Reed. You could have went and got Jeffrey Simmons from the Titans when they wanted him. You could have.
Oh boy, for the Dolphins.
Phillips.
Yeah.
You could have got Jalen Phillips.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to, I mean, my man is disruptive. He's a little sugarfoot. Me and Bobby can't stand him. But Christian Watkins is a baller. He's a baller. But he out there tickling balls sometimes. So it kind of throws it off.
That's a locker room. Hey, that's a locker room distraction. You don't need that in your locker room, gang.
Yeah.
That wouldn't work. That boy still ain't got no job.
Saying, okay.
Hey, that's the old boy that hit the splits, right?
Yeah, that's homeboy. Listen, you can't be 300 pounds and falling on your testes like that, gang.
Listen, he said jingle bells on 3.
Man, so I mean, I'm with it. Now, as far as what they gave up for Micah Parsons, number one, we couldn't have pulled that off because we didn't have a defensive tackle the caliber of a Kenny Clark.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Aleem McNeil is a good up-and-coming D tackle, but he ain't Kenny Clark. We know Kenny. We watched Kenny Clark fuck over our damn offensive line, even with Ragnow.
But not only that, salary cap real. You can't afford to pay 2 defensive ends.
See, and right. And so this is the part I'm getting to now. So yeah, we're looking at the way this team has been built through the draft. And when you hit on those draft picks, guess what? Everybody has to be paid, especially their salary is going to go up. Now, it's cheaper when you don't make the Pro Bowl. It's cheaper when you don't hit all pro. But when you're becoming perennials, and then we all know what perennial means over and over. And it's to the point now, the expectations is Jahmyr Gibbs, guess what? All pro. Amon-Ra St. Brown, all pro. Aiden Hutchinson, all pro. Kirby Joseph, all pro. Jack Campbell now, all pro. Brian Branch, all pro. J-Mo coming to his own. Sam Laporta, all pro. So there's a lot. And yes, I want him to do more in free agency, but it is testy for real. So I really think he tries to get these guys that are worthless and hope that they can resurrect their career, like Davenport. Because me and Bobby know I hate Davenport. I've always hated Davenport.
I hate
Davenport is the Anthony Davis of the NFL football league.
Absolutely, and that's
he breaks his damn back tying his cleats. Like, dog, come on, man. Dog, anytime he tackles somebody, he's down for an extended period of time. I don't give a fuck if he walk off or not. He still gets to the sideline and he on the car.
Nate, do you remember the highlight reel videos that smartasses were putting out for Aaron Rodgers with the New York Jets, and they had him running out with the flag, and they were like, "That's your highlight." Like, I feel like that's Davenport. Like, he made a tackle, and you're like, "Damn, that was good." And then they're like,
and my thing is, to me, Davenport has not done absolutely. He's just getting a free check. He like the old man that worked his job till he got 80. And now he gets the max Social Security. Like, dog.
Let's toss it over to Wise Man Cass here. You know, Cass, obviously you heard about Brad Holmes. And again, I am a Brad Holmes supporter, but my point was this upcoming season is going to be probably the most important offseason for Brad Holmes, because fans are looking at him a little bit with a little bit more scrutiny now than before, and I feel like the level of free agent is going to have to be better. And just something I want to throw to Cass, and he may agree, may not agree, but I feel like when you're a team that's got Super Bowl aspirations and it's not just a dream, like you actually have the pieces to get it done, free agents are willing to take maybe a little less money, maybe a shorter-term deal to be a part of that.
You got to go with the Howie Roseman approach, man. Go get what you need to get over the fucking hump. You got to take the Howie Roseman approach. And my biggest issue with a lot of Lions fans, and what I get into with a lot of people about, is, we didn't take no edge. We didn't take no edge. Every last edge that came out of last year's drafts did jack shit nothing this season. Nothing. I think the most sacks out of all of them was the number 3 pick overall, and he only had 3. Like
the boy for the Giants. The boy for the Giants.
Yeah. Abdul-Khadr.
He only had 3.
The Falcons edge rusher did pretty good.
So that's 1 out of 90, right?
Yeah,
so that's the biggest hit or miss window. That's the biggest hit or miss window. Like, this draft class, they said it was deep with a lot of, edge and all that. They didn't do shit. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's why I agree with Nate. Like, we really could have took them draft picks and we could have went out and got a Justin Simmons. We could have. Well, Montez Sweat, Ben Johnson ain't gonna trade that.
Shit, go get Crosby. Shit.
Yeah, no.
Again, you can't afford
they can't afford him though.
You just pay Hutch $100 million.
You can't have.
It's still a real thing.
You can't have $200 million. You can't.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, real shit. Like, we had money this season to bring in a quality vet. But that's the thing, man. Like, we got to bring in guys like, look, this motherfucker old, but he a dog. So, boom, we're going to sign him. We're going to sign him. All these project your Pascals, your Levi Onwuzurikis, your Davenports, like, fuck all of them, bro. Like, let them walk, do what they got to do. Bring in some dogs, man, because now you are aware that you're under the microscope and you got to make a move. Like, you can't go business as usual. You know what I'm saying? Now you have to do that extra mile to get that extra step. Because insanity
Bradley Chubb is out there.
And
Bradley Chubb should be one of the things that they should be looking at instantly.
I thought they was going to try to go after him at the trade deadline.
I thought so too. Yeah. Like, go get Bradley Chubb. Absolutely. You got to get Aiden some help, man. You got to. I give Muhammad. Muhammad did surprisingly well. He balled out, but remember now, he did remember the Lions used to do when they had Ndamukong Suh. They had James Jones. They had
push big play and he got to make a play.
But other than that, you had old man Ziggy. So these guys weren't true. They weren't true starters all 16 games. They were spot guys. So this is what they did with
games. That motherfucker wasn't doing nothing. It was
game. Right. And right. That's what I'm saying. So you get them in bunches and all that, and then people fall in love with the grand total. But when you say, okay, you got 11.5 sacks, but you only got 22 tackles total.
Yeah, you gotta watch the games. That's why you gotta watch the games. Can't just
very good point.
Like dog. So basically, you can only tackle a quarterback.
Yeah, pass rush.
Is that what we said?
Yeah.
You think you can't tackle a running back? You don't get a tackle for a loss? Like literally,
No,
it's
because
either
people because
it's
they hype
either a
up that
sack
pressure.
or
They
nothing.
hype up them pressures. They hype up them pressures so much.
See now.
So they be thinking that just because you get a lot of pressures, what the fuck, you ain't put him on the ground. Though you got to body him.
See, but it's different though. So when you look at so when you were talking about the pressures, like Hutch ended up with what, 13 and a half sacks, something like that?
14 and a half.
14 and a half. Number one
good.
in the league. So think about it. He's number one in the league with 100 pressures. He only got 14 sacks. So guess what? Imagine if he had just a adequate motherfucker on the opposite side.
Right.
So when Hutch is getting these 100 pressures, guess what? Now that turns into 16, 17 sacks for a decent dude on the opposite side. You know, these quarterbacks is able to get away because now, guess what? Hutch is drawing a tackle, a tight end, and a running back.
Yeah.
And a back.
So and I'm still making you move. So yeah, so I'm getting all these pressures. The only thing I need is a dude on the opposite side who, that's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted Montez Sweat so bad, because dude is a dude.
But he go to the Bears, right? Now he on the
Yeah,
Bears.
but we had to catch him before he went to the Bears. But then again, they paid him 87 to 88 mil or some shit. Again,
See, now I would have paid that though.
But again, when we got so many other guys you got to sign, you're not gonna ransom the franchise for one motherfucker.
Nah. But here's the thing.
But if that, and I'm gonna use the term you use, Cass. Okay, if that one motherfucker leads to a Lombardi, you would. You figure out.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. But again, sustainability, right? Sustainability. I get it. We all just want to get there as Lions fans. We just want to get there.
Listen,
I don't give a fuck how we do it.
Hey,
want to get there.
1 year.
I completely agree with you, Cass, that there were other things that needed to be factored in. I completely agree with that. But I also look at it like, if you win the Super Bowl, but if you win the Super Bowl, right? As a general manager, you get like the next decade before anybody questions your decision making ever again, because everybody's still high off the Super Bowl, right? So for Brad Holmes, if he would have went all in this offseason, who knows what would have happened. Now, I do want to bring up one thing, and we're not going to stay on it very long here, just because I just want to bring this up, because we have a lot of new people that are tuning in. And by the way, thank you for everybody who's tuning in on the live feed right now. There's a whole bunch of comments on there. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, because we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. And once we get there, we can do some pretty cool stuff. But something
back to them prizes and tickets.
But something that I brought up, Cass, to the guys, and the, Nate and Bobby are not going to be surprised when I say any of this, because they've already heard this 1,000 times. I was one of the people, I'm not going to say I was the only one, but sometimes I feel like I was the only one who was on the Jahmyr Gibbs train from the very beginning. I was telling people, me and Nate got in heated debates about Jahmyr Gibbs. I said, he is a first-round talent. And Nate was like, no, he's not. No, he's not. And we ended up getting them, and it was crazy. And that's my dude. I love Georgia Tech, and I love Detroit Lions, and I love that pipeline that exists between those two places. But anyway, the thing that I had said to the fellas was, Cass, Bijan Robinson and Jahmyr Gibbs are going to help other running backs get contracts and get drafted higher because of the athletes that they are. But it also reminds me of the 90s when you had Barry and Emmett. And Barry was on the Lions, right? The Lions could never really get a consistent team around them. So therefore, they would get to the playoffs, but then get knocked out. Emmett was, the beneficiary of a great team around him, and it ended up leading him to Super Bowl victories. And yes, Emmett was extremely talented. I'm not saying anything bad about Emmitt Smith, but what I'm saying is you had two phenomenal athletes. One ended up with all the trophies at the end of his career, and the other one had, a whole bunch of stats and a Hall of Fame career in his own right, but was frustrated because he could never get to the top of the mountain. And one of the things I said to the fellas was, I think this time around, Jahmyr is kind of in the Emmitt Smith spot where he's got the better team. And Bijan is in a situation where it's constantly chaos. However, this past season, what I saw what it would look like if we don't get our shit together. Jahmyr's going to be Jahmyr. He's going to rip off 1,000 yards. He's going to give you, game.
He need to work on pass pro, Elijah.
But and yeah,
I mean, but he liked
there
that.
are certain
Man,
things he
what?
needs to work on. But what I'm saying is that 9-8 with all the stats Jameer did stack up, that to me is kind of a scary thought. Like that can't keep happening. And granted, it's only happened the one time that Jameer's been here that we went 9-8. But still, my point is it's like, oh damn, could that be the future? You know, could it be a situation where Jameer goes out there, puts all these stats up, he's a fan favorite, all this other shit, but then it doesn't lead to anything? And that could happen if Brad Holmes is not on his A game. But Cass, what do you think about that?
Offensive line. I don't give a fuck how good you is at running back. If your offensive line ain't good, you ain't good. That was our biggest issue with Ja this year. You know what I'm saying? I know, but my biggest issue with our run game, just in general, totality, think over the last 3 years, right? Or the last 2 years, I should say. What did we do in our run game that was different than this year? This year, we featured Ja.
You featured two backs.
No. This year, we featured Ja. Normally, the offense runs through Demo, and I love it.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Because
hell yeah. He was starting the games.
Yeah. So, again, you start off the game with that. You come with the power. Tire him out a little bit. Now you hit him with the flash, and now they can't catch this little motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But our biggest issue was our offensive line. Like, you got Glasgow, essentially a third string center, second string guard, if you will, right? This shit beat up, right? You got a rookie over here in Ratledge. You know, he went through his rookie pains. Then you got Mahogany, right? He only really started 2 games last year, and he was getting his ass whooped all season too. So, again, you have to fortify that offensive line because that was the biggest thing that we focused on, and that was why our run game and just our offense in general ran so much smooth. But now that this offense, again, this is Brad Holmes not coughing up the cheese because there's no way you let Zeitler go to Tennessee. You got the money to pay the man. Pay the man, keep his ass.
Right. I don't care about his age. You should have paid him.
Exactly. You should have paid him, right? And then you should have done something. You knew Graham Grasko. Okay, he could play center, but he ain't no center. You know what I'm saying? So it's things that we should have done to make this team a lot better, and we just didn't do it because, like you said, Eli, it was the arrogance, man. The arrogance to think that everything was okay and it really wasn't, bro. I'm smarter than everybody.
So let me give this is our last topic for tonight, everybody, just so y'all know. But by the way, this has been a lot of fun, and I love having Wise Man Cass here, and I think that adds a whole nother element to the program. The meat and potatoes of tonight's show, though, now that we've saved it for the end, is unrestricted free agents, and obviously we're gonna break down draft prospects. We're
not gonna talk about the OC.
We can. We can. We'll work that in after we talk about the free agents. But I'm looking at my time.
Me and Cass gonna bat the battle on that one.
You already know.
Yeah.
So as
None
far
against
as
the free agents.
As far as the unrestricted free agents are concerned, I'm just gonna read y'all the list, and if y'all want to give me the player that you want to keep the most, we'll work at it like that because there's a lot of them on this list here. We got Kyle Allen. Quarterback Kyle Allen, linebacker Alex Anzalone. All right,
Alex.
Alex Anzalone. You got guard Kayode Aswaka, I believe is how you say it.
I don't even know who the fuck
Awashika.
Oh yeah.
Offensive line Tristan Colon, linebacker Zach Cunningham, edge Marcus Davenport, tight end Anthony Fursker, tackle Jamarco Jones, defensive line Roy Lopez. Defensive back, Lopez. Cornerback Arthur Mollett.
None of them.
No.
Edge Muhammad. Defensive line Levi Ozarike. Wide receiver Khalif Raymond. Defensive lineman DJ Reader. Cornerback Amik Robinson. Linebacker Malcolm Rodriguez. Safety Jalen Mills. Tackle Dan Skipper, who I believe just retired. If I'm not
he retired.
Linebacker Grant Stewart, safety Daniel Thomas, linebacker Ezekiel Turner, cornerback Rakyun Sin, and tight end Shane Zylstra. So those are the guys who are unrestricted free agents. And again, obviously, we've talked about it all show. Salary cap is a real thing. You only have so much money. Are any of these guys you were afraid to lose? Let me start off with Bobby Bless.
No.
Okay.
Let them all.
Would you spend a bag on any of them to keep them in Detroit?
Hell no, because the only one I would even think about keeping was Muhammad, but like we already discussed, he only got that in a few games kind of thing. But Put it like this: any of those names you named, I wouldn't pound the table to stay. If that like if
Not
they
even Anzalone, who you've been a fan of in the past.
yeah, but they didn't want to keep him last year. They was fucking with his contract last year. We not about to play the Anzalone game every fucking offseason. Let his ass go.
That's fair. That's fair. By the way, reports are that Anzalone most likely will go to the Jets to regroup with Aaron Glenn. That's what's out there anyway. Nate, same question to you. Is there anybody from that list that you are dying to keep?
I'm back.
I'm not gonna say
him.
dying to keep, but there's definitely depth that I'm definitely going to keep. Roy Lopez is one. I'm going to keep Lopez. I'm going to keep Rocket. I'm going to keep Rocket Sim because you need that big corner depth. He can also play that robber because remember, Rock had converted over to safety. They picked him up over here to go back to corner. He hadn't been a corner since he was drafted, and actually he made it to the Pro Bowl as a corner. So I definitely would keep Rock. Grant Stewart because he's a special team ace. And if y'all not sure which one that is, that's the dude with the wild hair.
That's the dude that fumbled in in the preseason. I remember.
Yeah, because hey, look, they had a linebacker trying to return the kick. Now, granted, they fixed it better with Tom Kenny later on, but I'm definitely keeping Grant Stewart just because of you need that special team control, and that saved us a lot on field position. So when you got Grant Stewart and you got Simone Vaki on your special team,
you threw with Khalif, huh? You threw with Khalif.
No, I ain't even got there. No, so I'm keeping Khalif. So I got Roy Lopez, Khalif, Amik. As long as we keep him at slot corner, he cannot play on the outside. Grant Stewart, Rocket Sin. Now, as far as Muhammad, again, it's one of them. Okay, my guy, you was a garbage.
Somebody gonna pay him though. Somebody gonna pay him.
But that's what I'm saying. So listen, you don't have to, as we say, pound the table for a guy like Muhammad. You see what I'm saying? You could give Muhammad 3 years, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, 11 million. I'm cool with that. Because
he's gonna require 11 mil a year.
Oh, guess what? He's going to require
and he's 31.
Drink.
Yeah, he's 31.
He's going to require a drink and AA. Think he's getting 11 mil.
Yeah, that's the market that's set for him.
That's what I'm saying. Somebody gonna try to pay him.
And that's fine. But guess what? If somebody want to pay this dude who that much at 11 million a year, go ahead. Listen, I'm not against nobody else getting the bag, especially a dude who came, gave his all, who was in the trash. You came here, you did what you did. Okay, cool. If somebody wants to give you 11 mil, by all means, grace of God, hey, thank you for your service like we do the Marines. I'll holler though.
And
everybody else, and like I say, and Anzo's going to demand a higher contract. But here's the thing: Jack Campbell made All Pro his first year with the green dot. Like he's done that. He's taking that.
First team All Pro.
Right. Derek Barnes. When people thought Derek Barnes couldn't do certain things, Derek Barnes can cover. Derek Barnes gets there. He's a sure tackler. No. I mean, you got to remember.
32. You got to get younger.
You're not but Derek Barnes, I don't think Derek Barnes is he 30 yet?
No, I'm talking about
Jameis Winston. I'm through with Derek Barnes for real, bro.
Okay, so real quick.
Jameis Winston, Austin.
Nate, I have to tell you, because I was trying to tell you through the chat, man, but I don't think you saw it. So you got perfect teeth. But right now, that's all anybody can see is just straight up.
Your camera.
Just straight up. There we go. But you were just talking to us. You were just all teeth.
You know how to interrupt because look, I don't have my podcast. Look, I don't got my podcast stick.
I understand, but I was just letting you know.
And then for some reason, my camera isn't.
Because it was
my camera's stuck on you, Eli. I can't even see myself.
The neighbor from Home Improvement, like Mr. Wilson.
Mr. Wilson. Yeah. So I don't know what's going on
the other side of the fence.
I can't even normally I can see myself, I can't see myself. I don't know what's going on with this thing.
Now we can see you. Now we can see you. So
Oh, there it goes. Wait, hold on.
You good? No, right there. You good. Don't touch nothing else.
Nope, don't touch nothing. There we go. So anyway,
I can see it now. I can see myself in the corner, but I couldn't see myself at first.
But I'll pop in real quick here because again, I do got to keep things moving in a grooving here.
All right, well, keep it moving. We good on that.
Because I only allotted 1 hour. But as far as who I would keep, I'm not really attached to any of the people that I just read that list of.
Elijah, me and you don't never be agreeing like this. It's something.
It's weird. It's weird. But like, here's my thing: all those players you can upgrade elsewhere. Like all those guys right there are not going to be starters on any other team unless they're a team that's rebuilding, in which case they might be brought in to kind of be a placeholder for something else in the future. Like Anzalone, if he goes to the Jets, no disrespect, Anzalone helped greatly in the development of Jack Campbell. Okay, so no disrespect there. But like if he's going to the Jets, he's not going there to be the mainstay attraction for the next 10 years.
They don't have nobody. They don't have nobody.
Going there to be the bridge. Okay. So again, you look at all those guys. Again, I appreciate what they did in the Lions uniform. I don't mean to make it sound like they're bums because again, they were a part of us. And I'm the type of person like just because I send somebody out of my life doesn't mean they're all of a sudden a bum because obviously there were years that they weren't a bum. You know what I mean? It's like breaking up. Anyway, my point is there's nobody on that list that I don't think is replaceable. And honestly, I think backup quarterback this offseason is something that we really, really need to take a look at. And I'll be honest with y'all, it's underneath my shirt right here, okay? The Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets got...
Oh, here you go. I knew this Haynes King was coming. I knew it was coming.
He was so mid, though. Like, he had a mid-season. 14 touchdowns, 6 picks.
He also completed 70% of his passes, and he's legit. My point is, though, if you're looking for somebody that very much is like a Dan Campbell,
I knew that was coming.
Haynes King, okay? He's somebody that I'm very high on. But my point is that we do need to have somebody, and now would probably be the appropriate time to get him. Get whoever is going to be the next person, okay? And again, I'm not saying that against Jared Goff, okay? I like Jared Goff. Jared Goff's taking us to places we ain't never been to before or we haven't been to in a very long time. But again, the league is changing and it's going away from quarterbacks like Jared Goff. So again, it would be nice to have a backup quarterback situation where we know what we have, we're excited about what we have, and it's not like it was the last 3 seasons where it was like, is Hendon Hooker that guy? And then obviously this preseason we found out, unfortunately.
I told you that. He couldn't beat out the meanest handoff in the league.
Unfortunately, he was not that guy.
Chambliss from Ole Miss. You go get him in the 4th round.
You could. But like I said, that's a position that I think they need to take a look at, along with most important.
He makes some dumbass reads.
Edge rushers.
A lot of them do. Like that quarterback from Georgia State. Georgia Tech stinks. Respectfully, Eli.
No. He is.
Hey, Cam.
If you look at film, Haynes King is that dude. Okay, he really is. If you look at film, you look at how much of a warrior that guy is.
I mean,
he went out there with a torn labrum.
Everybody.
He went out there with a torn labrum against Georgia back in 2024 and lit their ass up for 500 yards. He's a coach's son. He was a Heisman candidate this year. Finished 10th in the Heisman voting, which by the way,
you opened up that door, Cam.
That was the same spot that Calvin Johnson finished in the Heisman voting when he came out. So again, Haynes King to me is that dude. I got a lot of respect for him. And as a backup quarterback, I think he would have a lot of potential. And again, he's a Dan Campbell type dude. Like he is a coach's son. He went to Texas A&M and then went to Georgia Tech. And he is, like I said, I love Haynes King, and I would love to have him on this roster. But anyway, moving on to the offensive coordinator thing, and that really will be our final topic of tonight. Listen, I'm not happy with who we got as an offensive coordinator. I already know Bobby's not happy with it. So y'all two work it out, and y'all two try to convince me and Bobby.
Well, Kaz might be on y'all side. But me, I like to hire.
I don't mind it just because we got Kafka. So both of them run, pass. It makes sense. So I'm okay with it.
Okay, so
Kafka's
this
job? What's Kafka's role? Who is it? What's
Backup
Kafka's?
offensive coordinator when we fire the bald
Okay.
headed Megamind looking motherfucker.
Okay, so look,
So
so
Kafka's pretty much going to
Tutor.
replace Scotty Moe because I think Scotty Moe is going to get that
yeah,
coordinator with the Ravens. So
Yeah, I
he's
think
going to
he
be
is
like
too.
that assistant head coach kind of vibe. Because remember, he had so many interviews this offseason for head coaching jobs or what have you. And like I said, he had a great passing game, whatever. Like he made like shit shake with the Giants. Great, but had nobody's at receivers going crazy. You know, Jameis look, I'm a Florida State fan, so Jameis is my guy all day long. I don't give a fuck how many picks he throw.
30
And then,
for 30.
like I said, now you got the other, you got what the hell is our OC name? Pete's, whatever the fuck.
Megamind. Megamind.
That guy,
With his
right?
bald head.
Perk 30, Perk 30.
Yeah, he's known for running the rock. So I feel like once they collab,
Dr. Xavier.
Lex Luthor.
Right, so
Lex Luthor, come on.
Okay, so like this is my thing. Like when if the bag shake that Drew is getting, they're basing it off of 1 year, which was last year.
Yeah.
So, or this year, whatever. They're saying that his rushing offense was 31st in the league.
Passing.
His rushing. His passing was 7th. Yeah, for Arizona.
No, I thought it was the opposite. I thought the pass
No,
thing.
no.
Yeah, I got it in my phone.
The passing was 7.
Okay.
The rushing offense was 31. Now, here's the thing about that. Who was Arizona's starting running back?
James Conner.
James Conner got hurt. After James Conner, who was after James Conner?
Trey Benson.
That one dude that got hit on, got the coach try to whoop his ass on the field. I can't think
what was his name? Then they had Edmonds. They had like 6 different running backs. So now, Eli, do me a favor. I know you got your computer up, right?
Here, I got it right now.
Okay.
He was 7th. He was 7th in passing, 31 in rushing, 22nd in scoring, 22nd in the red zone.
So this I want you to do.
Say that one more time.
He was 7 in Cardinals 2025. 7th in passing, 31st in rushing, 22nd in scoring, 22nd in the red zone.
Okay. So now, what I want y'all to do.
With no weapons.
With no weapons. So think about this. Go back to 2023 and pull up the rushing numbers, Bobby, real quick. Just put 2023.
They was hooping. Yeah, they was hooping on the ground. It was like a top 10 rushing offense.
They were top 5. Guess what?
Yeah,
so we were behind Arizona.
Yeah.
In 23 and in 24. Yeah. Arizona's offense rushing this, but this is people's complaint is that they say, hey, his rushing offense is this, his rushing offense is that. If you can tell, you got Marvin Harrison who decides to drop everything in his damn face.
Man,
you got Kyler Murray, who's a 5'8" shortstop. You got rid of Christian Kirk. Yeah. James Conner busted up. They had legitimately 0 weapons. Now, when they had the weapons, Arizona offense in 23-24 was tops. Easily. And it was easy.
What stat you looking for, big dog?
Rushing. The team leading rushers, but the team leading rushers.
And 23, right? You said?
Yep, 23.
He was 9th in rushing.
So no, wait, read the teams off because I'm pretty sure. No, they wasn't 9th. They were in front of us in 23.
Yeah, they got us way down here.
Bob, you on the wrong
thing. That do say passing. My bad.
I already knew Bobby was on the wrong thing. Cool.
Yeah, that was passing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, they 8th. It say 8th on the rushing though.
And overall rushing yards?
Overall rushing yards, they had 1,583. And we had
Bobby, what are you looking at? There's no way
Oh
they
no,
had 15.
it go back.
But,
It go backwards.
oh my God. There's no way they had 1,500 rushing
while,
yards as a
while
team.
Bobby's trying to figure out the internet, I'm gonna throw this out there real
No,
quick.
it's saying rushing yards, but
The
I see.
success that this offensive coordinator had.
Oh, they're not in the order. They're not in the order.
But the success this offensive coordinator had was with a quarterback who can run the ball.
Not
And
only that, it's
extend the
from
play.
also too, Eli. It's from a quarterback that told their best receiver, "I'm gonna try to get you the ball when I can." Fuck
Right,
you.
no.
You gonna try to get the ball?
I'm not sticking up for Kyler Murray.
Yeah, no.
Please don't.
No. I
But
get what he's saying.
what I'm
I get
saying
what
though,
Eli is
my
saying.
wavelength is when you're an offensive coordinator, it means you have a system. You have a thing that you like to do. You have athletes that you like to run your offense with. You can't get much more different than going from Kyler Murray to Jared Goff. And I know that this offensive coordinator took the job knowing that Jared Goff is the guy. So I just wonder how much different is that offense going to look with Jared under center and in shotgun than it was with Kyler Murray, because again, some of those numbers, rushing yards and things like that, okay. I'm not going to say it's inflated, but it's certainly out by
No, it's really not.
Kyler Murray don't be under center a lot either. That was an interesting point to me also. He don't.
Okay, so listen.
Over the line, so it's only right to have
right. And Arizona line is trash. So that's also a part. So Arizona line is trash. So what I was saying, so number one, so this is 2023. Number one was Baltimore. Number two was Chicago. Number three was San Fran. Number four was the Cardinals, and we were 5 in total yards.
Okay.
So we were behind Arizona.
How much Murray account for that?
Kyler Murray. So let's see. James Conner actually,
especially on third down.
Well, see. So let's see. Okay. So let's see. Kyler Murray. Rushing yards, he has
because he'll run a lot on third down, extending drives. We ain't getting that here.
Kyler Murray had 240 yards.
I hate
so
Kyler
listen,
Murray. Like if
Kyler Murray had 240 yards. That's not a lot. That's too much of nothing. So again, think about it. We had a two-headed monster, and this guy with this NF offense still outgained us in yards.
What was their schedule?
Seasons.
Who they fucking play? That matters.
I mean,
too.
still, you look at their division though.
Break down all the little nuances or whatnot. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
But
at
the end of the day, he's a capable play caller. Again, he ain't never had this type of bag to play with though. You got Saint, you got J-Mo, you got Laporta, you got Gibbs. I think with this move, you're gonna keep Demo. I hope we keep Demo. All you gotta do is retool. You get 2 more offensive linemen, man. You talking about the Lions?
That's my whole point. Is that he was able with that shitty ass offensive line over there in Arizona, and still created these type of rushing numbers and passing numbers. So think about it. He already said that Arizona was ninth.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I'll
get so with that. Only thing we need is just you get that offensive line in order. You have a guy who's a capable play caller, a guy who has shown he can put guys in the right position, regardless what your skill set is. I'm able to adapt to your skill set.
Man,
I can adapt to your skill set.
Optimistic, that shit crazy.
But my thing is, it's up. Now listen, all thing I can do is call the plays. Now, if my team leads the league in drops, is that on the play caller or the player?
I mean,
but Nate,
here we go.
Hold on. But Nate, if I'm the offensive coordinator, isn't that going to be more weapons than I ever had? Whoever the fuck we pick is going to have that same situation.
Right. But what I'm saying is, to me, if you have success already with a team with less weapons,
but that's what I'm saying. Top 5, that's not success to me. What y'all talk about ain't success.
No. Well, remember, we're only talking about one side of the ball right now. Arizona problem was never offense. It's always been defense.
Yeah. And it ain't even the guy though, for real. With me, it's just that the fact we were so Mike McDonald and we taking the Cardinals offensive coordinator, who they fired. Now he our fucking coordinator. Like, dude, it's just It's just
But
the way they
again-
got to him. The route they took to get to him is I ain't comfortable.
And here's the
But
thing,
again,
Bobby.
Bobby, he
part
only
of the
got
problem.
fired because the head coach got fired.
Right,
I know,
and it had nothing to do
I
with
know,
him.
and I know, but it's still on his resume. You feel me? The motherfucker, he did not resign, so he got fired.
It was like guilty by association. Like you can't help that. Like
Okay, so
I know,
here's the thing, and
I just
don't
think
know.
it's more deserving. That's all.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
for
know,
sure.
Bobby. I don't know if Bobby will agree with this or not. He might not agree with this, but we've been agreeing on everything else tonight. I think part of the problem is, okay, going back to what I said before, we were told for years that when it came to any open positions or any free agents, right, the big stars would not want to come here because it was Detroit and we needed to win before those people would want to come here. Well, now we've won. We have 4 consecutive winning seasons. You know, we're a year removed from 15-2. This year, which was a step back for us, was 9-8. You know, and we had some pretty big names interview for that offensive coordinator position. So it kind of gets your hopes up a little bit because what nobody wants to see happen next season, even Nate, who is currently saying, listen, give the guy a shot, okay? Nobody wants to deal with the bullshit we dealt with this season, where we took a chance on somebody, Johnny Morton, who had history with Dan Campbell, who had already had his shot to be an offensive coordinator previously with the Jets, but he had kind of
Did nobody never talk about that? Did nobody never say shit about that till he got fired?
Hang on, hold on.
I hated
But
that.
listen now. With Johnny Morton, he had already had his chance to be an offensive coordinator with the Jets. That didn't work out. Then he rehabbed his career over with Sean Payton, again, buddy of Dan Campbell in Denver, right? So we took the approach of, let's go grab a guy who has already been here for a cup of coffee. Let's bring him in here with more weapons than he's ever had before, and we're going to let him call the plays, okay? And what it turned into was an experiment that didn't go very well.
I'm not going to give him that credit because Sean Payton, we know, is the guy that's calling the plays over there. I don't give a fuck what position you go for over there.
My point, Nate, is
I get you.
My point is, if he had been literally right off the Jets, we wouldn't have taken him. It was the fact that he had been a part of the Denver system. You know, he had been here before. He had kind of rehabbed not his image because he didn't do anything wrong, but he just wasn't very good at his job with the Jets. And everybody assumed it was because the Jets don't have a really good team, and that's a fair assumption. Okay, but my point is that we gave this guy a shot. And then had to pull it away from him before even mid-season because it wasn't working. Bobby don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. So why were we so excited about Mike McDaniel? Because this is a man who, even with the Dolphins, even with Tua going in and out of the lineup, had a firing on all cylinders offense to the point
where 70 points.
Talking about. That's what everybody was talking about. This high-scoring Dolphins offense. And what Bobby thought, and I can assume this, okay? What Bobby thought was, you bring Mike McDaniel in here with Jared Goff, who doesn't get hurt all the fucking time, and all the weapons. Look out, buddy boy.
Okay,
we're scoring 40
every
single week.
Hold on,
and instead of going out and getting a somebody who you know can call plays, we went out and got somebody who is a little bit of an experiment. Now, can it work out and make us eat crow? It could. Or could we see Dan Campbell pull the reins away? Because let's be honest.
No. Wait, no. He can't do that now. His job on the line now.
The only offensive coordinator Dan Campbell has never pulled play calling duties away from was Ben Johnson. He did it to Anthony Lynn. He did it to Johnny Morton. He is somebody who, if he doesn't like what he's seeing, he's going to pull the reins back.
But remember, Ben Johnson didn't have that experience.
And you got the OC that can call plays.
And my problem with that, Cass, is the fact that you're literally hiring 2 people to pretty much do the same job. And what that says to me is, you got to back up in case you got to fire the first guy.
Well, no, because here's how I look at it is you got a guy that's a mastermind in the run game. You got a guy that's pretty damn decent in the pass game.
Ain't that what Shaw was for? Okay, so
too, here goes another situation to where, like, we wanted to sign McDaniels, which I did too. I felt like McDaniels would be great, but it's still Dan Campbell's offense, right? Offense ran a certain way. I think McDaniels would have changed this team to where our identity would have totally shifted to something.
It would have, because you got to think about the way.
No, they
the
run
Dolphins,
the ball too, though.
No, but here's the thing. No, but here's the thing.
Not like how
listen, they don't. What Miami runs a lot of stretch zone plays. Reason being is that everybody on their fucking offense runs a 4-2.
type shit.
Number one, they're not built for the trenches. Our team is built from the trenches inside out. They're built from the outside in. This is off Mike McDaniel's image. So a lot of his stuff is zone stretches, pulling linemen. Their offensive linemen aren't even maulers the way that our linemen are. Our guys are meant to man block, get up on the guy, put him on his ass. Their offense is built off a lot of movement, a lot of pulling guards, pulling tackles, all type of things and trinkets that got to be done with that offensive line that for us, we already have an issue with. So now you have to revamp your entire line except Panay. Because Panay is the only one that can move. Can't nobody else move. Can't nobody else pull.
There ain't no puller.
Like you have to look at the things that they did. And so they ran a wide open, and it actually was, if people remember Buffalo. Buffalo ran Jim Kelly's offense, which was called the K-gun.
Yeah, running.
Which is essentially a high-powered, 4 wide receiver West Coast offense. Everything spread out, meant to get everybody one-on-one, because guess what? Andre Reed, James Lofton, Thurman Thomas, these guys are faster than y'all. And this is the way that Miami Dolphins offense was ran. Achane, 4-3. They had Mostert, 4-3. Jamin Waddle, 4-2. Tyreek Hill, 4-2. Like, their whole offense was built off track teams. Their offensive linemen were running sub 5.0 40s or 5.5 40s so that they can get out and be quicker on the edge, pull. It's totally different from the dynamic of what our team and the way we built, which is why I think he said, hey, he's an awesome play caller, but he's just not the fit.
Yeah.
Our team ain't built the way that he does things.
Yeah. And again, I understand what Nate's saying, and also you can make an argument. You can make the argument that those wide receivers that run 4-2 would be outrunning Jared Goff's ability to throw the ball to them in stride.
On top of that,
you could make that. You could make that comment. But what I want to say, because I know we got to get going here, fellas. But as far as the Mike McDaniel thing, again, I wanted Mike McDaniel, forgetting all about the way that he runs his offense and all that type of stuff. The reason why I wanted them is because I want our superstar players, while they are in their prime, to be in the hands of a play caller who is not sweating it on 3rd and short. He already knows what he's going to do. He's not worried about the other team's best defensive player because he already knows what he's going to do. Sometimes experience is better than experiment. And that's where I was looking at it from. Now, this guy from Arizona, he might be everything in a bag of chips. And if he is, I will happily eat crow as far as that's concerned. But again, I'm going to stand by my statement. Sometimes experience is better than experiment. And, I really don't want to keep wasting years of these guys' lives, seasons that we can't get back when they're in their prime. I mean, because again, all of our offensive players are legitimately in their prime right now. It don't get much better than what it is right now. Like the Foo Fighters song says, can it ever be this good? No. So again, I don't want to waste people's primes trying to figure out who's going to run this offense. And again, if we have to keep doing that, I'd much rather just find somebody that can run the offense in practice and let Dan the man call the plays during the game, because he wasn't doing that bad of a job towards the end of the season. So that's where I'm coming from on it. I'm going to give this guy the fair shot, and I'm going to hope that Dan Campbell does the same. But again, Dan Campbell, he's a little tight on the grip, if you get what I'm saying. If he he's going to pull that back. And we're gonna see that.
What offensive coordinator? What offensive coordinator job did Ben Johnson have before Dan Campbell gave it to him?
None.
No, I don't disagree with you on that.
What I
was saying though is that when you've had three, because he's had 3 offensive coordinators as a head coach. He had Anthony Lynn, he had Ben Johnson, and he had Johnny Morton.
And he fired two of them.
Whatever it was between him and Ben Johnson, that was magical.
Like
but the other two times, he legitimately he didn't even let that person have a full year of running their systems before he pulled it out of their hands. And that's where I'm saying for Dan Campbell, obviously he's the head ball coach, and that means he gets to make those decisions. But if you're going to hire somebody, you have to step back and let them do their job. And if
you got to fix that offensive line.
If you're not going to do that, then you just need to hire someone to run practice so that you can call it during the games and just do what Andy Reid does. Andy Reid has an offensive coordinator pretty much in name only because they don't call the plays during the game. Sean Payton, same way. And it works out for both of those gentlemen. So if that's what Campbell wants to do, then obviously it's his prerogative to do it. But I would hate to see somebody get a job title and then come in and then 6 weeks in, Campbell says, all right, now I'm worried because we're not scoring as many points as we were before. Therefore, screw you. Give me the big ass play card and my glasses, and I'm gonna call it myself. Okay.
This is the thing though. Like, you have to understand, like, Dan Campbell has made it perfectly clear. This is my offense. Ben Johnson wasn't calling Ben Johnson's offense. He was calling Dan Campbell's offense, right? Anthony Lynn was calling Campbell's offense. Ben Johnson just did it better, right? So it's Dan Campbell's offense. Having McDaniel, the offense would have changed 1,000% completely. We would have had to revamp the team to fit his particular scheme. And
this team need revamping. Shit, they need revamping either way. But
yeah, I mean, listen, you got to do something, right? But we would have had to revamp it to the point where we replacing 4 linemen instead of 2. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I completely agree with you, Cass, and I agree with Nate as well. Like, as far as like the football stuff, the X's and O's, I completely agree with y'all. Okay, I completely. I've done that job, so I understand.
Play action pass.
Yeah, like I said, I've done that job. Yeah, at the semi-pro level, I've been a coach. I've been an offensive coordinator, so I know.
What's semi-pro team you coached?
Huh?
What's semi-pro team you coached?
I coach the Seaway Valley Venom up here in upstate New York. But my point is that, you know, again, I know what that's like when you're trying to find the right staff members, the right pieces of the puzzle. It's got to all kind of fit in. I understand that. But I also think, like I said, I wasn't even looking at the schematic of it. I was looking at our prime players, our all pros are in the hands of somebody that knows how to call plays. That's all I was looking at. Now, this guy in Arizona, obviously, he's not an idiot. He has a job in the NFL for a reason.
Do he be on the field or do he be in the box too? That matters.
He's on the field.
That's going to be a question. I don't
know. No, he's on the field.
He's on the field.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a step in the right direction. I didn't know that.
We do got to get to closing remarks here. So, Cass, I know you haven't done this with us before, but with the closing remarks, we just kind of give everybody like 30 seconds to say goodbye to the audience, and then we keep it moving. So, Cass, you're up first.
All right, man. First of all, shout out to the family, man, for having me on here. Like I said, I'm a permanent stay on this show now on this channel. I'm very happy to be here, like always. We're gonna keep this thing rolling. I love my Lions. I'm very passionate about it. I have a unhealthy relationship with this team, but I love them. You know, I travel to games. I go to a lot of games. I know Bobby think he the #1 fan, but I got him beat by a long shot, man.
Oh no, that's gonna be tough. Y'all two gonna battle.
Oh man,
y'all two gonna do some battling. I'm trying to
kiss the belt, man. Kiss the belt.
Bobby getting up.
Hey, kiss the belt.
Oh,
Bobby.
Oh, you got a pack. Hold on, tell me he got some Packers shit hanging up.
Listen.
My wife a Packers fan.
His wife is a Packers fan. I need to stick up for my boy.
I don't give a fuck. Fuck them too. I fuck them too.
Listen. I have to stick up for my boy right now. Okay, that his wife is a Packers fan. So anybody that's like, oh, just expose them. No.
I even got the PS5 Detroit Lions.
Hey, look, y'all two some Lions.
Go ahead with your closing remarks because I don't know what Bobby's doing.
Hey, listen, man. Again, it's just good, man, to get back on the scene, get back on the mics. Like I say, people have been reaching out to us. They're trying to figure out, hey, what y'all doing? Like, wait a minute, man. We trying to get to this milestone. I had people asking, are we going to make it to episode 100? Hell, we didn't know we was going to make it to episode #1. So again, y'all, man. I do apologize. We did not get to your comments, which we definitely are going to address. And then again, thank you for everybody that participated, that sent a like, that put a comment down, man. You know, again, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for vibing with us. And again, my brother, you know, my little bro, welcome to the squad. You know, it's all good. Yeah, like the Bushwhackers. Yeah. Bobby, my brother, go ahead,
Yeah,
man.
shoot, man. This season was fucking depressing, to be all the way honest. So it's hard to talk about them when they ain't winning. It's just because as a Lions fan, I try my best not to be.
You save money with your hats.
Shit, that's a problem. The money's still gone. It just ain't go where I wanted to go. The money's still gone. It's still gone. Fuck. But I tell you this though, man. I'm probably gonna pay attention to the draft. I'm probably gonna pay attention to the draft more this year. But I ain't gonna. But I ain't gonna really. I'm not gonna have nobody that I think we going to get kind of thing because they fool us every time with that. I just interested to see because what is he actually going to prioritize in this off-season period, man. It's interesting to see that stuff. But I'm not gonna play draft guru this year because I probably end up wanting Brad Holmes' ass fired if he don't pick the guy I want to get. So, keep him in good graces.
Draft well, we good.
So,
yeah, and welcome, and for sure, welcome, Cass too, man, because I really appreciate just different Lions fans. And like Nate always say, you could talk all the shit you want, but you got to put your money where your mouth is when buying the merchandise and all that shit. So I think that ain't nobody buying no Lion shit. It ain't no damn fashion statement. So it got to be some love somewhere in there.
First for Murphy, I promise you're going to lose.
I don't know, Cass. Hey, listen, y'all two. Hey, listen, I'm not even gonna lie. You two are two of the most Lions merchandising dudes I've ever
I got 200 fucking hats. I got 200
hey, listen.
hats.
Hey, listen, I'm about to say we can go hat for hat, dog. Whatever
I don't know, Cass. Listen,
hey, listen.
That motherfucker got a hat for every win.
We just gonna go memorabilia for memorabilia. Like, we just gonna see who got it.
Hey, listen. But again,
I got the whole team. Remember, you said you started being a Lions fan when in 92 when we went to the NFC Championship.
He got the damn draft cards.
I got all these cards.
I was a Lions fan when we had Billy Sims at running back.
So
I'm only 83. So
I'm 83 too.
I'm born in 83.
Same year.
I'm born in 83. So
I'm born in 83, dog.
I don't remember Billy Sims. I don't remember Billy Sims. I remember Billy.
Watch highlights. That's your problem. You don't watch highlights. You just
all right. So real quick for my closing remarks because I gotta go because I'm 30 minutes over, fellas. So just real quick, wanted to say obviously welcome to Cass. Love having you a part of the team, man. Welcome. Obviously we miss Reggie Funches. Can't wait for him to get back on the show as well. For folks who are just tuning into this video and you've watched it all the way to the end, thank you for that. Like, leave a comment, subscribe. We really would appreciate it. And also, if you have a couple minutes, take a look at all the other stuff we have on the channel. We've got a podcast that talks about, albums that you don't want to skip any songs on, that you might get some good music recommendations out of. We have a show called Licorice Pizza, which talks about the history of rock and roll, which is pretty cool. So you can check that out. We also have got, I'm a filmmaker. I have a radio show and I also make independent movies. So I have a show called Movies That Move Me that talk about the films that made me want to get into filmmaking. And I also have my first 2 independent films right here on the channel. You can find those as well. They actually provided jobs in my community. So I'm a writer-director, and like I said, I host a radio show. But there's a whole bunch of great stuff on our channel outside of this one program. So go and check it out. I've also got the opportunity to interview
support it all, y'all.
Some of my Georgia Tech heroes. So go and check that out as well.
You got another actor in the Tubi movie. Shout out to my hitters on Tubi.
Yeah, actually my first film is on Tubi, so there you go. But with all that being said, I do want to say, be good to yourself, be good to others in that order. For Bobby Bless, the #1 Lions fan for Wise Man Cass, our resident defensive coordinator Nate Rucker, for Reggie Funches, I'm